COVID-19 protections to minimize risk. This video is brought to you by AgSafe, with the support of the Western Center for Agricultural Health and Safety, UC Davis, as part of the statewide program to create and disseminate educational materials related to COVID-19 health and safety. This video series includes the following topics. Number 1, understanding COVID-19. Number 2, COVID-19 protections to minimize risk. Number 3, seeking help for COVID-19. This video will cover a review of what is required for employers in order to reduce your risk of exposure to the virus causing COVID-19. A review of what you can do to protect yourself and coworkers when working. A review of what you can do to protect yourself and family at home. Keeping you safe at work. We will discuss the most common policies and processes that companies are required to follow to reduce the risk of COVID-19 at work. Please keep in mind your company will have company-specific information and procedures they must review with you. Cleaning and sanitizing. Your company must be cleaning and sanitizing common areas with increased frequency. Cleaning removes any visible stains and debris, and sanitizing lowers the number of germs. The areas your company must be cleaning and sanitizing include break areas, including tables and chairs, portable water stations and containers, restrooms, including door handles and washing stations, equipment that must be shared by employees, including tractors and hand tools. Health and well-being. Your company may also ask that you do a health screening either at home or when you first arrive for your work shift. The screening can include taking your temperature daily before starting to work or throughout the day, determining if you have had possible symptoms in the previous 14 days, determining if you have been in contact with anyone experiencing those symptoms or who has tested positive for COVID-19 in the past 14 days. It is important to not go to work if you are feeling sick and follow your company policies for informing them if you are not feeling well. Physical distancing. Another important way your employer must keep you safe at work is by physical distancing of at least 6 feet or using physical barriers where feasible. Some examples of when your employer could space you out at least 6 feet apart are when you are out in the rows at least 6 feet apart, during your breaks, when waiting in line to get checked in or doing other activities that may put you close to other workers, while in a vehicle traveling to a work site, and when participating in trainings. It is important to maintain physical distancing from all your coworkers when you are at work. Use of face coverings. An effective way to help prevent the spread of COVID-19 is the use of face coverings, even if you have been vaccinated. Face coverings should be securely placed covering your nose and mouth. Keep your face coverings on when you are working indoors, even when you are physically distanced from other workers, or if you are working outdoors in areas where you are unable to physically distance. After a few hours, the face covering can start feeling uncomfortable because of the moisture caused by your breath. Replace your face covering with a clean one and place the used one in a plastic bag until you can wash it or discard it properly. One-time use only face coverings should be thrown away at the end of your shift in a container with a lid. Do not discard the face covering in places where they can be blown by the wind. Reusable face coverings must be washed after each use or when they become soiled. Frequent hand washing. Another way to help prevent the spread of COVID-19 is to make sure you are washing your hands regularly for at least 20 seconds. Use hand washing stations that have soap, water, and disposable paper towels. There are times when you want to make sure you are washing your hands. These include after you cough or sneeze, after you come into contact with commonly touched surfaces or tools, before eating or drinking, before and after using the restroom, when using gloves. Employee recommendations. There are many things you can do to help keep yourself and your coworkers safe. Here are some recommendations. Avoid sharing equipment, and if necessary, clean and sanitize the equipment after you use it. Do not shake hands. Do not share food during your breaks and lunch. Wash your hands often, especially before touching your face and after you sneeze or cough into them. Stay at least 6 feet away from workers. Wear your face covering properly. If you are carpooling with persons that you do not live with, make sure you wear your face covering. If possible, make sure you are not sitting directly next to someone else, and if possible, keep windows open. If you see something that isn't right, report it to a company representative. Get vaccinated when you have an opportunity to do so, and continue these practices even after being vaccinated. Protecting your family. Once you get home, here are some ways you can protect your family. Make sure that you change out of your work clothing and wash up as soon as you arrive home. Avoid gatherings with members outside of your household. Wear your face covering and keep a safe distance from others when you are running errands. What you do matters. Make sure you follow the recommendations to keep yourself, your coworkers, and family safe. Review. In this video, we have discussed the following: what your employer is doing to keep you safe, what you can do to protect yourself and coworkers when working, what you can do to protect yourself and family at home. Remember, we all have to work together to prevent COVID-19 from spreading. Do your part by wearing a face covering, washing your hands, keeping your distance, and getting vaccinated. Disclaimer. The content of this video is based on publicly available information. Such information is subject to change without notice, may be incomplete or condensed. Except where otherwise indicated, the information provided is based on matters as they exist as of the date of the video. Such information is provided as general information on the topics presented. Nothing presented in this video constitutes legal advice or opinion to participants or others viewing this material and is not a substitute for professional services. Every situation is different and subject to legislative activity and administrative or judicial changes in the law. Also note that the views or opinions expressed in the video do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of AgSafe or express or imply compliance approval by UC Davis. This video was brought to you by AgSafe, with the support of the Western Center for Agricultural Health and Safety, UC Davis, as part of the statewide program to create and disseminate educational materials related to COVID-19 health and safety.